Dr. Nadia, founder of the Doyen Agency and creator of Straight Talk About Sales with Dr. Nadia. And I'm so excited for 2023. I don't know about you, but 2022 was interesting. And I'm looking forward to see all of the cool things that 2023 will bring about. Tune in. One of the things that I do every year, and I've done this now for about 10 or 11 years, is I have a word or two to describe my theme for the year. And I just like doing it. I think it's fabulous. It's a fun exercise, and it's always fun when I get my word early because sometimes it takes me through January to get it. So I have my word. But first, I wanted to chat a little bit about my word from last year. So my word for 2022 was be still. And then my husband added and make room. So if you know anything about me, I am a go-getter. I'm very active, like doing. It's really hard for me to like be still. And so honestly, that was a very challenging word for me that I took on. But it was really good to see the ways that I built in more white space, adjusted my calendar, worked on ways and found ways to really prioritize my health and my family. It was a really good year in being still, and it's really learning to surrender some of that control freakish moments that I have. Yeah, I admit I can be a bit of a control freak. But we're excited. We got through last year. It was fabulous, and I'm going to continue to really implement a lot of the lessons that I learned from that last year, which really kind of leads me into this year. So to be honest, for 2023, I was just like, I don't really know. Like for 2022's word, it jumped out at me early and it gave me time to be in denial about it for a long time, like for months, seriously. This year, it was like, so I remember chatting with my husband and I thought this year would be great if the word was focus, to really just have laser focus. Because one of the things that I've learned about me is while I can be one of those people that do a lot of different things, there is so much power in having like singular focus and just having that focus and just doing those things and moving the ball forward. It's amazing the results that I get. And so we talked about it and I was like, I just don't know. I didn't know if that was the real word. And so a lot more times on break, on vacation, having the opportunity to just kind of sit still and not be all over the place doing things, working. It came. It came to me. And he and I chatted another chat about it, and he was like, yeah, that's a good word. So the word for 2023 is simplify. And simplify is defined as, by Merriam-Webster, to diminish in scope or complexity. To diminish in scope or complexity. And so I am so excited because one of the things that you will see us do throughout this year is really start to narrow the scope. We're narrowing like really who we work with and what that looks like, and really in what ways that we get to serve our clients this year, but not building a really complicated business model, but keeping it really focused and simple. So you probably have heard KISS, keep it simple, sweetheart. Sometimes that second S was questionable, but keep it simple. And so that is the motto for this year. That'll be our theme. And I'm just really excited to flow in that. Some of the things that the team and I have been brainstorming on, and we're looking forward to rolling out this year. And some of the things we're just looking forward to doing more of. But it also means that we're going to be saying goodbye to some things. And I'm giving myself space to process that, because it's not like they were bad. It's just that as we're looking at the business model and how we're going to serve moving forward, it just didn't make sense to continue to do some of the things that we've been doing in the past. And, you know, as you are building your business, you have those moments, right? Where it's just like, this is good, but is it great? Is this the best way that we can serve? And how do we really, you know, do that in a way that all of our company values, including you as the founder, as the visionary, that those things are all in alignment. And so that is one of the things that we're really be focusing on this year as we continue to simplify. But I also encourage you that as you look at your own business model, as you look at how you're serving people, has it gotten to a place where it is feeling kind of clunky and we have a lot of things and we have what I call the McDonald's menu of offers and it's just a lot of stuff. And is that the best way to serve your clients at this time? The answer could be yes. Like all things are firing really well and it's great, but the answer might also be no. And coming from someone who's definitely had her share of business pivots, I understand what that comes with. It comes sometimes with fear, it comes sometimes with doubt, it comes sometimes with just not knowing, like uncertainty, right? There's that uncertainty, especially around cash flow. Like, when will this idea catch fire? And we just know that cash is flowing, you know, like all of those things are legitimate. So I invite you to make a plan, to develop a plan, and it's a transition plan. I don't always recommend, I've done it, I don't necessarily recommend it, you know, just cutting one group off and moving into another without necessarily having a plan. Because sometimes with transition and shifts also comes a revenue dip because you just need time for that new thing to catch on if you haven't necessarily implemented the other thing that's going to, you know, carry you through. So take the time to map out the plan, map out the strategy so that you can then communicate it to your clients, to your prospects, to your community, to your team. And then you can also make a transition that won't be so stressful, that they'll continue to be exciting and refreshing. And you'll be able to give yourself enough space and enough runway, if you will, to see that shift and those changes be implemented in the way that you desire to see. You're like, I think I see this working in this way, but I'm not really sure. And if you do that, then you'll be able to see that a lot easier when you give yourself the space to do it. So I know we're talking about simplifying some things, and we are, but I'm also really well aware. Take it from me, been there, done that. I've made the mistake, so you don't have to. And really, okay, what does that look like? What is the timing of some of those things? And in full transparency, there's some things that we thought that we were going to do in Q1, and I'm already like, I think we need to make some adjustments to the timeline because we just do, right? Like, in looking at how things are going and the time that we have and other commitments that are already on my calendar, it's like, let's give ourselves some more space, some more spaciousness, because in all honesty, that makes it more simple. And so I invite you to do the same thing, to take a look. Your word doesn't have to be simplified this year, but if you have a word or a theme, I would love to hear it. So again, post it below. I would love you to share that. And then, you know, if you have any questions or you're like, you know what, Dr. Nadia, I really do feel that it is time for me to take a look at my sales system and my processes, because there are areas and opportunities for us to simplify or to, you know, make some tweaks and adjustments as we're moving into the new year, then definitely let's schedule some time to chat. We have our sales system diagnostic available. We can definitely support you with an audit and developing a new playbook. All of that is available for you. Would love to have a conversation to see if there's a way that we can serve you in really, you know, tightening up or simplifying your own sales processes. So again, Happy New Year. Look forward to rocking it out this year with you and sharing more great resources and tools and that you can leverage in your business as you build it up for you and your team. And again, thank you so much for being part of my community. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.